wishbone loops. That's what I like to call them because they end up kind of looking like a fish skeleton. Kinda. I don't know. You gotta call stuff something, so that's what I call them. So I already sliced up this shirt. I was not attacked by a shark. It looks like I was attacked by a shark, but no. It's cold. I haven't been in the water. Sharks freak me out. So yeah, so I just, basically shredded the back of a t-shirt. I didn't film that part because it's just cutting. So yep, you just start, you cut, you want the shreds to be like pretty uniform, thin as possible, just because then they'll look good as you go down more, whatever. And you want them, it depends. You can do a fun shape with it. If you want it to be fitted in a different way, it's good to do a different shape with it. You can make it, like more curvy, more feminine, more masculine, whatever you want. Because this is definitely not like a gender thing. I have friends that do improv in Philly, and they all wear cut-up shirts, and they're all dudes. They look great. I love it. I love it. I even told him, I was like, please, can I cut up shirts for you? Because I would love to cut up shirts for you. You guys are so fun. Just cut. So what I would do next is just come through and give each one of these just a little stretch out. Just a little stretch out. If you cut them too thin during the stretch out, you might snap them. And in that case, I would just cut it. I would just just cut the whole thing off, and you just skipped a row. And maybe it'll be noticed that you skipped a row. Maybe it won't. That's why it's good to practice on a dummy shirt before you start doing like any one that you actually want to keep and wear. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that we went back to the gray shirts because we have a ton of them and they are terrible quality. No one is going to wear them. If I could take this to Goodwill. No one would buy it. And then it would, just end up trash somewhere. So I might as well use it for educational purposes. So we're just, lightly stretching out. As you go along with some practice, you learn what kind of pressure you want to do. I already cut off the collar because that's always, the first step in cutting up any t-shirt. I always cut off the collar because I hate collars. Don't know why I hate collars. So just this looks, I like the stringy look. I have a shirt that I cut up and I had initially fish looped the back. I undid it and it's just stretched out strings and I think it looks cool. I wear it. So for this, fish loops. So I'm going to do a couple different ways and just see which one you like best. Here. Take the top and we loop. So it's a loop. We take this top guy, we feed it through the hole that we just created with the loop. Ta-da. And I like to flip that as well. Do a little twist. I feel like it locks it in place a little better than just leaving it open, but we're going to play around with it. So we take this, next guy in line, feed it through, turn. And feed and turn. Feed and turn. Feed and turn. It's kind of like crocheting. Remember crocheting? We did that last week. If I didn't know any better, I would say I'm doing these in order like that makes sense. There's no way that's happening. Feed, turn. Feed, turn. Feed, turn. So we come to the very bottom one. The only way I've ever been able to find to finish off this row is to cut the very bottom and then tie it to the loop. If you know a better way, please tell me, because it's kind of annoying to do it that way, but it's the best way I've found so far. So that is, so yeah, you know, it looks like a little fish skeleton when you're all done. And that is, you know, just going straight down the middle. Now, if you don't like that, very easy to take off, to undo. You can do pretty much the same motion and get a different result if you leave off the twist and stretch it out a little bit. All right. So when it's nice and wide like this, say you want more of like a, we're going to call it a picture frame. I've decided. All right, so here, not doing a top loop, we're just going to hook it right over. And then we're going to hook this right over. And hook, 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 hook. Make sure you're going in order and not like skipping over a row, because that's just going to look weird. Alright, so I'm just going to tie this off at the bottom too. Alright, so we got this wider look. We can just kind of nudge this line. Would have been better to do along the way, but we want options. So, you know, we've got this look. You know, we got like 3 sections. You can also like nudge these all the way to the sides if you want just like a framed, like if you want the, yeah, there we go. If you like the open look in the back, but you want it more finished on the sides, you can do that. And then, you know, that has like a little braided look to the side. Yeah, there's just like a ton of different things you can do with just simple flippy dippy down the back. Now this is with wide cuts. I did the sleeves with smaller cuts so we can see what that looks like. So we're just going to yank this sleeve down so we can seize it. And so I'm stretching this out. I got to be careful because this is the shoulder seam. So I don't want to actually rip out that seam. So this last one is the one that we would just like, you know, do a cut right there, tie it later. Okay, so I'm going to do the same motion as before with the flip. And push, twirl. It's a little harder when it's smaller. Also, we're going over the shoulder seam, so that's some added bulk. And that's what it looks like when it's smaller. Sometimes I prefer the smaller cuts because then it's just going to look like that nice little like top braid instead of like the big open. I like both. But yeah, just, you know, keep in mind that like the top, there's usually going to be a gap or something. You know, if you're not going from the top. I didn't go the toppy top with this because I did the cuts here, so you know, just when you're cutting up shirts, plan for stuff like that. So that is the loop-de-loop with a twist. And check out this side and do the stretchies. I always do the stretchies, you know, no matter how thin I cut the strips, no matter how, you know, it's the longer ones or the shorter ones like this, because that's gonna happen in the wash, and it's gonna happen when you wear it. And if I rip something out, I want to know now, instead of like when I'm trying to wear it out or when I'm already all finished and done and in love with it, and then like a string pops, it's just like, well, we got to do something now. So I like to know right away if it's gonna break my heart. Like this little guy, that is not structurally sound. You can try underhand too. I just go overhand because it makes it easier for me to seize it. So that is that. So not doing the twist does, there are little gaps in here. So it's more of like an open lace. And I mean, if that's what you want, then do it that way. Let's see, can I get both the sleeves in this shot? Yeah, for a side-by-side comparison. Yeah, alright, that's not exactly flush, is it? Yeah, I mean, you're always going to have gaps. It's just how big are the gaps going to be, because you cut fabric, and when you cut fabric, there's a hole. So let's see, we did underhand. Let's just try overhand. See how that looks. This just feels awkward. I don't like it. Doesn't look like anything because all the work is on the inside. So I mean, if that's what you're going for, I guess if you just want like a line of holes that are a little bit more secure than just cutting holes, overhand it is. And it's okay. This is why we try stuff out, see what we like. And that's fish looping. Fish skeleton. I feel like I've called it like 8 different things by now. I don't know. It doesn't come up in conversation much. You know, I don't, for all my aspiring costumers, I don't think you're going to put this on your resume. I can fish loop. What? You can what? See? Non-committal. You don't like it? Undo it. Go back. Do something else. I think I have an idea for next week, and it's not going to be the usual sort of crafting. I have Halloween ideas. So check back next Tuesday, and we'll see what happens. Hope you're all doing well out there. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Be kind. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Tuesdays, crafty days, crafty Tuesdays, new videos. Like and subscribe. Okay, bye.